Good evening, everyone. My name is Vinod Siani. I'm the CEO at EducateMe Group, and I'm talking to you today from London in the United Kingdom. Today, we're going to be introducing our premium partners, Webster University, who have 4 campuses in Europe, and we're going to be discussing what they have to offer in these 4 campuses across Europe. So a little bit about Educate Me before I hand over the slides over to our colleagues at Webster University. EducateMe Group is a UK-based education organization that provides consultancy to students. We provide all-rounded support for learners at all stages of international studies. And that's me at the bottom, a little picture. Thank you. What do we do? What does EducateMe Group do? EducateMe Group, our aim is to make quality education more accessible to students across the globe. So no matter what country you're in, we can actually make your journey into education, into countries like Europe, United Kingdom, and others seamlessly, very easy for you. Of course, when you look at institutions whom you want to join hands with, whether that is an agent, whether that is a university, a lot of that research dwells also on its established honesty, its ethicness, well-being, and how it promotes. And we have awards and accreditations to prove how good we are. On paper, black and white, we can showcase some of the awards that we have. And we have these awards given to us because we are leaders in the market for student recruitment and working with institutional partners. So how are we different from other agents across the world? Perhaps agents not far from where you live in your country or in your city? Well, number one, you're backed by experience. I myself have been working in the education sector now for 38 years. That's probably double some of your ages. Some of you are on this webinar with. We don't charge any consultation fees. Our service is absolutely free in guiding you, giving you advice, and promoting your application to universities. That entire service, all rounded, is free to you. You don't pay a penny to us. We can put you in touch with education loan services through banks that we work with. We are partnered with One Vasco, now called, rather known otherwise as VFS across the globe, but they are in partners with One Vasco. One Vasco VFS are the organization that work with governments to make your university application far more easier to work between governments. An example is, if you're in India and you want to make an application to the United Kingdom, you wouldn't make your application to the UK Border Agency, you make your application through VFS, as that's a channel that the government has worked together. So that would be the middle partners between the two countries. And likewise with European countries as well. So with European countries, if you're wanting to go to Germany, if you're wanting to go to France, the middle partner who handles your application is VFS. And one great thing is EducateMe Group is already partnered with VFS One Vasco. Okay, so we are an honest and ethical organization that is partnered with VFS. We also go beyond helping our students, not only with the journey of their applicant, but in times applying for jobs, making that application far more easier for you. In the United Kingdom, as an example, we are placing students through Student Circus, a platform that we are accredited with as a partner. And this helps international students search for jobs. Okay, so we make that accessible for you. We have tailored English classes. So to prepare some of you who are looking at making applications to universities, are perhaps needing some English proficiency classes just to better your communicative skills, we can offer that to you as well for a very small fee. In fact, sometimes free of cost. And we do offer the airport pickups, and we do offer a portal that allows you to gauge your application, where it is in the process. Okay? So there are lots of things that we do, and we can help you in your application, whether that be universities in Europe or elsewhere. So going back onto the English proficiency, at the moment we're offering a free IELTS course. I say free, it actually works on a cashback basis. So we ask students to pay 5,000 rupees, and 5,000 rupees would basically mean that we would handle your application with the university. Once your application is through to the university and you paid your fees and you arrive into the country, then we will give you that money back. So effectively it is completely free. Okay, this is where I will now stop talking, but I will come back later on for questions and answers. I will now hand over the platform over to our colleagues at Webster University. Thank you very much for listening to me. Over to you.
Thank you, Vinod, for a great introduction about your company. And I would like to welcome you all. So good afternoon for some and good evening for some who are in the UK and the ones who are in India. And I'm very, very excited for this. I would like to thank the entire team for making this possible. I mean, some people are far, but we are still not far. Thanks to the network and thanks to the digital platforms we have today. So this is going to be a little bit idea about what Webster Leiden University is going to be. All right. So the first page, as it seems to be very colorful, the university is exactly the way it is shown on the screen: colorful, vibrant, and of course, innovative. So this is Webster Leiden campus, which is based out in Netherlands, in Europe, of course. We're just going to focus on this campus for now. And if you have any questions, then we can cover it up later in the end. The agenda of this meeting is we are going to firstly talk about the university, about the history, the accreditations we have. Of course, it is very important. The location related queries you have, we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about the campus, the diversity we have at Leiden, why should you study here, the programs we offer, the fee structure, the scholarships, another very important point which any student is looking forward to apply for. Immigration application, how can you apply for this university? What are the deadlines? Admission requirements, application process for international students like yourself, in student interview, student housing, other areas, post-study visa, and of course, Q&A. So this is the agenda, and I promise you, I will not bore you. It is going to be a very interactive session. I will try to answer all of your questions, but where I will not be able to answer your questions, we will escalate it to the concerned team. This is a very small, crisp, and amazing video for you to understand what we are, how we perform, and how can you just soak into this. Yeah. At any point, if the sound goes off, just one of you could just let me know that the sound is not audible. So as most of us know, that Webster is a very, very old brand. I mean, if you've ever seen, there used to be a Webster, cute little Webster dictionary as well. So Webster is over 100 years old. So anything that is old is gold, of course. Second thing, I always feel that when we are moving towards anything that is already well established, that means it has good recognition. People know the brand. And of course, if you know the brand, automatically finding the jobs become easier. You are recognized by the brand you're working at or you've studied from. You may not have your own recognition, but the brand will have the recognition because of which you will automatically have everything in your hand. And that is what I feel. So yes, like I said, we are globally recognized. We offer top quality education focused on personalized learning and global success. The main campus for Webster stands in the US, but we have other campuses also across the world. So it is not just US, but other campuses also. And the one which you're talking about right now is particularly Netherlands, that's Leiden campus. Diversity community. So this is another very important thing that you should be aware of, that we have students from across the world. So if I gave you the numbers, over 13,000 plus students from 140 countries in a vibrant multicultural environment. So when you have students from across the world, it will not just be Indians, but you will have students from different regions, which will help you to immerse in different cultures and understand the way they function. And it is very important when you're studying abroad to understand other religions, other cultures, other people, how they're working. This is how you grow in life. Small class sizes, we have 9:1 student faculty ratio. When I say 9:1 student faculty ratio, it means that if you are not attending the classes or if you are not paying attention, in a second you will be caught. I'm not threatening you, but this is going to be a benefit to you, that you are not going to be left behind. At any point you face any difficulty, the tutor is there to support you. So in simple words, I can say that it's going to be a hand-holding sort of training for you. You will not be left behind, and wherever you feel that it's an alien world, you're not able to understand any particular thing, we have different communities who are going to support you, and I will cover it up in the next slide as well. We are known for excellence in graduate business, one of the highest graduate business enrollments in the US, producing leaders across industries. So imagine if you're known for excellence in graduate business, that means you can be one of them. We are career ready focused. So whatever modules we have, it is designed in a way that while you are studying, you're automatically becoming career focused. After graduating or after completing the program, you will have those essential skills within you, and you will also be a part of the global network of the alumni, and you will be ready for success. So it is actually designed in a way that you are going to be ready to fly. Next slide is about the history of the brand. So like I said in the beginning, we are over 100 years of inspired education. We are there in 45 states, 140 countries, and worldwide enrollment. So believe me or not, if you are studying any part of the world other than India, of course, if you're moving out of your comfort zone, this is where the success begins. Never just keep walking and talking with your community people. Always try to engage with people from other parts of the world, because it's about your personal and professional growth. And that's what we are catering to. Founded in 1915, over 150 global recognized undergraduate and graduate programs. We have 5 schools and colleges, which includes arts and science, business and technology, communications, education, fine arts. More than 30 Webster International Network of schools, partners, and other schools send students to this location on 4 continents. So imagine the worth of this brand. A very common question they ask, if I meet them, is it accredited? The answer is yes, very much accredited. The full institution accreditation from HLC, which is Higher Learning Commission, and specialized accreditation by Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs. So if you are studying here, and if you are gaining a degree here, of course, it is accredited. Anywhere, any part of the world you go, it will be accredited. And like I said in the beginning, the main campus is in the US. So if it is accredited, it is accredited for entire world. And if you want to know more accreditations, you can always check the website webster.edu. Now, a little bit about the campus, which we have already seen on the web video, but how can studying here support you? I'm sure you must be, suppose if you get the offer, you will have thoughts in your mind. For example, how will I survive? I have no idea about the area. I have no about how Dutch people work. I have no idea about how to travel. I have no idea about how to study. So all these areas, and sometimes you can always miss your home. So all these areas will be catered here at Leiden campus. We provide strong support, and we have separate centers for learning, career planning, writing center. We have a counseling center. At any point, if you feel that I'm losing it, I want to go back to my home country, you will have a counselor or perhaps mentor who is going to give you the right guidance and who will help you to come out of that anxiety you have in mind. Advising team. We also have an advising team who can advise you on anything, any sort of query you have, jobs, could be how to find a job while you are studying. Everything, they will be able to help you. Student services, anything you have, you've lost your card, that means your student ID card. If you want to perhaps travel to another country, being here, how to travel, how to apply for a visa, anything, any issues, we have separate centers for you, and you can just take support of these centers for that. Quality education, community recognized worldwide as an accessible and accredited institution. We have covered it. International perspective, seize the opportunity for a once in a lifetime high quality academic adventure. Believe me or not, if you are studying anywhere in the world, I'm not just talking about this in campus, anywhere in the world, never just go and study, that's your main priority, but have fun, enjoy, soak in the area, and understand what all you can do around the campus, because you are not just investing in studies, you are investing in yourself. If you are staying there, have time for yourself, enjoy in your free time during holidays, or maybe in your during weekends. Travel, go around the campus, explore the city, explore the country. Whatever you can do as much as you can, because life comes once, and enjoy it. Now, if you are studying here, you are going to get 3D benefit. How? It's in American education, since the main campus is US. So the way they have structured it, it is American style of not teaching, but American style of creating a curriculum. A Dutch location, it's a Dutch location. This is second benefit. And third, international community. So if you are studying here, it is not just India, it is not just Dutch, but you will have students from across the world. It could be Chinese, it could be Russian, it could be any part of the world. So you will have the time of your life here at Webster. Programs. So what are the programs we have? Now, looking at this slide, you can have two types of thoughts. One of you could think that, oh my God, this is nothing. They are just offering us few programs. What will I do here? Another student can, capture this as an opportunity, that they may think that, okay, so we have in total 12 programs in undergrad 6 and postgrad 4, so 12 or 10. So out of these programs, I know exactly what I want to do. Third student will be confused. I do not know what to do. And then they will get in touch with the agent. Anyway, you will have to get in touch with them, because they are the ones who are going to support you. But I will take this slide as an opportunity, not as a threat. How? Because you know that these are the only programs we have. So sorting out the programs is easier for you. If I give you a bucket of programs, you will get confused. Should I apply for this program or this program? So I think sometimes too many options can also spoil the show. If you have little options, your focus will remain on what exactly you want to study. So yes, one thing that you may not find it here, if you are not applying for any of these programs, then we do not have any other programs. We just have management, psychology, and international relations. That's it. That's the only programs we have. If you're looking for anything which is engineering related, I'm sorry, we do not have that. I'm being very straight. No engineering, no computer science, we do not have that. We only focus on management, psychology, and international relations. That's it. Yeah. So the ones who are here, the ones who are interested in applying for any of these programs, we will quickly go through these programs. But if you want to know more about these programs, I may not be the right person, but you can always check the website where the complete course details are mentioned. How you'll be taught, what you'll be taught, and the difference between A and B. A and B means one program and another program. But I'll try my best to support you as much as I can. So for undergrad, we have these programs. Now, if you see psychology, there are 3 programs. BA in psychology with an emphasis in mental health. Third is BSc in psychology. Now, there is a difference between these 2 programs, BA and BS. I do not know the exact difference, but one thing I know is that this is more of if you are a science student and if you want to pursue this as your career. Career means if you want to study PhD after this, or if you want to have your own sort of psychology center, psychologist, or if you want to become a psychologist, or you want to work in a hospital, or maybe in a clinic, this is your program. If you are doing it just for the sake of it, just to gain a degree, then go for BA. If you want to know the difficulty, then difficulty and the value of the program will be more if you apply for BSc in psychology. That's all I know. I cannot really give you the core difference between these 2 programs. One more thing, BA in psychology with an emphasis in mental health. My personal opinion, if you talk about mental health, I believe in today's date, mental health carries a lot of weightage. if at all you are interested in pursuing psychology, my personal opinion would be go with this program. If at all you are interested. So you yourself will have to decide which program is the right fit for you. Or you can always get in touch with the agents and they can counselors at Educate Me, and they'll be able to guide you which program can be the best fit for you. And for graduate, this is postgraduate program. So we have 4 programs for postgrad. One is MA, one in international relations. Second one is MBA. Third one is MA in psychology with an emphasis in counseling psychology. Fourth one is MS sustainability management. All these programs, postgrad programs, are for 14 months. Undergrad programs are for 4-year program. If at all you have studied from, let's say, an IB school, for you, they may give you the program for 3 years. But depends case to case. Yeah. In case you are interested and you are from the IB board, you can get in touch with me. I will have to have your 12th grade pass certificate. I will check with the admissions team. They will give or issue you an offer letter with 3 years of whatever undergrad degree you want. All these are for 4 years. For graduate, like I said, 14 months. Psychology is the only program which is for 2 years. Rest, all other programs are for 14 months. Where there is single asterisk, it is available for August and January intake only. MBA and MA in international relations. The one which has double asterisk, it is available for August intake only. And undergrad programs are available for 4 intakes: August, October, January, March. And I believe same for SUMA, that's suitability management. So I would suggest you now, I don't think August intake will be possible for you. If at all you need to apply, you can, but your application will most likely be deferred to January intake. I doubt that August intake will be possible at this point of time. Yeah, I will move on to the next slide. And one more thing, one last thing. If at all any one of you is planning to apply for an MBA degree, the good news here is we are okay if you do not have any prior experience. If you have it, it's great. If you do not have it, we can still accept your application. Graduate programs and undergrad programs. So if you see the tuition fee, this is in euros, by the way. All are different. I mean, this is a psychology program. The total fee, this is the total fee, 32,640 for 2 years. And these are for 14 months. These are the course fee. This is a guaranteed scholarship, no less, no more. And it is automated. You will get the scholarship automatically when you apply for the program. This is the scholarship. You do not have to apply separately. And the final tuition fee will be this. And for undergrad programs, all the programs, this is calculated for 4 years. So if at all you are going to apply for 3 years, you can perhaps divide it by 3. Or it may be different. But for that, we'll have to cross-check with the admissions team. But this is standard 4 years. Tuition fee remains same for all programs, 70,080. You get a guaranteed scholarship, 18,660, and this is the final estimated tuition fees in euros. Now, like we have been informed in the beginning that we have several campuses in Europe. Let's assume that you are willing to transfer from one campus to another. This is just an example. Or maybe from this campus to the US campus or US campus to this campus. Any can transfer if you want to do. The scholarship, once you've got it, will not be transferred. Suppose if you have for a BA management, okay, you have completed 1 year here at Leiden. And second year, you feel like studying in the US. You've already got allotted this scholarship, right? In the first, when you got an offer, scholarship was already automated. Since it was automated, it has already been applied to you. If you transfer in the second year to the US, the scholarship will not be transferred. Once you've got it here, you've got it. And just for your information, Europe being the buzzword these days, this is upcoming. US is very expensive if you compare this with the US brand. We have done it already. So that's why I'm saying US in totality, it is going to be more expensive for you. Estimated tuition fee does not include the cost of visa application, which is 570 euro, and a one-time graduation fee that is 125 euro. Now, this will be more defined for you to understand how much amount you need, what is the total cost that you need to have in your bank account. Everything will be crystal clear on this slide. So amount that will be required for your immigration application. Let's pick just any one program. Let's say BS, Business Administration. This is a 4-year program. 1 year tuition fee is 12,855 euros. Yeah. Living cost will be this much, 13,130. Total funds required is 25,985. They have added this. This is the total. Deposit fee is 8,000 and the amount that you need to have in your bank account is this much. But this is just 1 year. If we take a graduate program, let's say this is for 14 months. This is the 1 year tuition fee. Your living cost is 15,320. Total funds required is 37,600. Deposit is 8,000 and amount that you need to have in the bank statement should be approximately 30,000. So this is the casual calculation which the university has provided just for you to understand the figures, basically. But believe me, for every program, the calculation is different. And how they have calculated, they have put it here. Yeah. Deadlines. So one more thing which is good about the universities, they are very, very sure that these are the deadlines and they are not going to move ahead. Move ahead means the deadlines will remain this only. They are not going to give you any extension. In case of any extension, that may be internal discussion. But as of now, we do not have any extension as such extension updates. So we are 4 intakes, but this is not for all programs. I will go back to the previous slide, this one. It is not for all programs. Undergrad programs are the only programs which are available for 4 intakes. Rest, MBA is only available for August, which is gone. Now it will be available for January. MA in International is also gone. It will be available in next year, January. MA in Counseling, if at all you are interested, I believe is also gone because I don't think August intake you can make it. It's difficult. So in a way, these 3 programs are gone for August. They will be available for January intake. You can think about it. You can start applying. Even if you have an early application, it's okay. You can always apply early before the deadline. It's okay. You can do that. This program will be available. So in a nutshell, all these programs seem to be available and this program is available. I will move on to the next slide now. So these are the deadlines. August is done. Let's leave this. Next is October. For this, the registration opens on 3rd April. So it means it is already open. You can apply if you have an application for August, you can apply. Application deadline is 18th June. Interview deadline is 7th July. Deposit 14 July and visa application will be 14 July. And then we have the next intake Jan 12th for undergrad, and for graduate, that means postgrad, we have 19th. And for the last one will be 23rd March, same for both. Yeah. So if you see, they have written everything very precisely. If you're applying for October intake, June intake is the application deadline. If you're applying for next year, that means Jan 2026, you can apply application deadline is 9th September this year. If you want to apply for March 2026, application deadline is 21st November. Why are they giving these deadlines? Because the total turnaround time is lengthy. For you to reach March, you need to apply in November. So calculate it. November, December, January, February, and then you go in March. So that means the turnaround time is quite lengthy. That's why they have given you sufficient time so that you can start your application process ASAP. Yeah. These are the requirements, academic requirements. So it is quite easy. Undergrad and postgrad, application form is mandatory, passport is mandatory, it should be valid, proof of English proficiency. So good thing is that we accept everything. TOEFL, IBT, TOEFL PBT, IELTS, academic, Duolingo, Pearson, everything is accepted. But please do not fall in prey for Duolingo. My personal suggestion is only apply for either TOEFL, IELTS, or PTE. First priority, keep IELTS. Second could be TOEFL. Third option could be Pearson. I will tell you the reason. I have seen, heard, and understood that the government here, Netherlands, or maybe Europe for that matter, they do not appreciate any other proof of English other than TOEFL, IELTS, or PTE. High chances of visa rejection if you apply with Duolingo. And if you don't want the process to be declined or your application to be declined at any point, please apply. Let's be safe. Invest in some little more money and go ahead with IELTS or TOEFL or PTE for that matter. But if you are stern that you want to go ahead with Duolingo, we also have this as an option. But again, this should be your last option. I mean, do not keep this as your priority. Go ahead with IELTS academic, which is easy. I mean, you can apply for IELTS 6 with no less than 5.5. It's easy. not difficult at all. TOEFL is 80 for IBT. If you're applying for PBT, it's 550. PTE is 53. Same for both. The only difference you see is Duolingo. So for undergrad, Duolingo is 110. For postgrad, it's 120. Then for academic qualification, we require transcripts plus certificates from secondary, senior secondary, class 9th and 11th transcripts. If you have studied senior secondary from a state board, then there is no longer required. I mean, 11th certificate is not required. Yeah. Any state board should be fine. Maharashtra state board or any state board would do. Some programs in India, this is just for your information, last for 3 years. Usually bachelors are for 3 years in India. And for some, it could be 4 years. For example, if you're applying you have studied engineering, it could be for 4 years. If you have studied BBA, it is 3 years. So it totally depends on the program. You can apply with whatever bachelor's academic documents you have, and you can upload it according to your program. So they are okay if it is 3 years or 4 years, but the profile should be complete. Transcript required. So high school transcripts with a cumulative GPA of 2.5 or higher for undergrad out of 4 on all academic qualifications. If you're applying for a graduate program, it is same. The only difference is for MA psychology. If you're applying for a psychology program, we need 3 out of 4 and must include bachelor's graduate date. Another thing, you need to have 2 letter of recommendations for psychology. For all others, 1 should suffice. Final certificate is not required. I mean, not necessary. If you have it, it's okay. If you don't have it, it's okay. For postgrad, we need it. CV is required. For undergrad, a personal statement should be around 300 to 500 words. If you cross it, it's fine. But minimum should be 300. And for graduate, 250 to 300. If you cross it, it's fine. But minimum 250 to 300 is adequate for a graduate program. Now, this is very interesting slide. What are the minimum documents we require from you? Application form, number 1, passport, number 2, transcripts, number 3, certificates, 4, recommendation letter for all programs. But if you're applying for psychology, we need 2. Then 2 letter of recommendations, CV for both, SOP is required, financials and sponsor letter. Sponsor letter means if you are, your parents are sponsoring you, then of course they need to show us a sponsor letter. And financials are, of course, we have covered it in the last slide. How much funds you need, who is sponsoring you, everything was clear in the previous slide. Now, let's say this is for your information, although the agent will do, but your role is also there. I'm talking to students here. Application will be submitted through GUS Gateway. It will be validated by the admissions team, and acceptance of application will be sent at the application registration. Application is created on website portal, and after that, an academic discussion will be arranged for a student. If you are applying for any postgrad program, you will receive an email from the university. For example, the student's name is Mohit. Hi, Mohit. We would like to speak with you in regards with your application for an MBA program. Please confirm your availability for, let's say, 30th April 2025 at 5 p.m. Netherlands time. So the student will have to say yes. If they say no, automatically the application, they will ask them that if it is no, that means you're not interested. Or if they don't reply within 24 hours, it can cause delay. Now let's talk positive. Let's say the student appears for this academic discussion and the head of faculty gives a green signal. After that, an immigration interview will be arranged by the Webster Leiden University by the immigration team. This will be the only interview that they have to attend before the visa, of course. Once they clear this, an admit letter will be sent to the student, which they will have to accept. Once done, they will have to pay the deposit of 8,000 euro. Now, another USP here is that you don't have to pay until you clear the interview. If your interview is not cleared, they will cross you. If the academic head of faculty feels that you are not the right one, they will cross you. So you will be crossed in the initial stages only. You will not feel bad because you've not paid yet. Okay. Once you pay the deposit, financials and immigration documents will be sent to the student. Documents reviewed by the immigration team, and visa will be applied by the immigration team at Webster Leiden. Okay. So they will apply for the visa. Student will attend the visa interview. The visa will be granted. Now here, there are very, very less chances of visa rejection because university is applying for the visa. So I barely doubt that they are going to reject the visa. There should not be any challenge. until and unless the student claims something different. Suppose in this interview, they said something, and here, by the time they reach this stage, their statement changes. Till this stage, their father was sponsoring the visa. The education. Here they say, I'm sponsoring myself because I have enough money. This is a discrepancy, and there will be a dispute in two statements, and therefore they can decline the visa. But if nothing happens, everything goes well, visa will be granted. And once the visa is granted, university's pre-arrival guidance will be sent to the student, and then onboarding orientation will take place. Now here, I will cut it short now. So this entire process will be taken care by the university. I will tell you the roles of all of us. The agent is just going to apply through the CUS gateway, and the application is created. The agent has to do nothing after this stage. What the student will do, at every stage, the student is going to receive emails on every stage. Yeah, your application has reached us. I'm just giving an example. An academic discussion will be arranged by the head of the faculty, something like that. Every time they are moving ahead, the university, the update will be sent to the student, and they will send me as well. I'm not sure if the agent will get to know or not, but if I'm getting it, I can inform all of you. We have to make sure that at this stage, the student should not miss the email. If they miss the email, I'm telling you, it will be a big loss. It's very, very hard to get hold of them. At this stage, the student has to be careful. And at this point of time, both the agent and the student, they have to be careful. And of course, this one as well. So every stage, we have to relax, but we have to be careful. No mistake should happen at any point. It's quite easy, seamless process. Housing guide. So we have a comprehensive housing guide that helps students to find the right accommodation. We have booking platforms. If you don't want to stay on campus, then we have booking platforms. We also have agencies that we can link you with. We can also give you average costs, local terminology. Everything will be taken care of here. And if you want to book the accommodation here at Leiden campus, housing is on first come, first serve basis. If you want to know more about what type of housing apartments we have, please check Leiden website. It is mentioned on that. If you are not able to find it, then you just let me know. I will send it to you. Post-study work visa. Very important, very interesting. So we call it an orientation year. Okay. Residence permit, it's called RP. It allows graduates to seek employment and is aimed at retaining foreign talent for the Dutch labor market. The word retaining means they don't want you to go back to your home country. They want to absorb you. But for everything, there are terms and conditions. On what basis they want you to be here? What should you do to stay back in the country, right? So I just know a couple of things which I can tell you, but in detail, I'm not the visa expert, so I will not be able to guide you in depth, but what I know, I'm going to tell you in a few seconds. Before that, work, you're allowed to work during studies, 16 hours per week, and only with employers that have a license. Now, how would you know that they have got the license to allow you or to employ you? Now, this will be, you will be trained on this when you go for the onboarding. You remember last 2-3 slides back when we were talking about the process of application? The last slide was onboarding. So at that time, you will be, they will make sure that you are well aware of the region, you're well aware of the community, you're well aware of what is to be done and what not is to be done, what to speak, what not to speak, how much money to carry, lose money, how to apply for jobs. Everything will be covered in the onboarding session. But here, it means licensed work permit. Anybody who does not have the license to employ you, you do not have to work there. 16 hours means 16 hours. Please do not be greedy. Do not work for more than that hour, more than 16 hours. Coming back to this. So if at all you are not attending classes, if your grades are lesser than the average score, if you are not submitting your assignments in time, so basically you are being graded at every action, attendance, performance within the class, marking or submitting your projects, everything is going to be assessed. If you are not attending your classes, you are losing marks. If you are not passing, and if you are failing back and forth, you are losing marks. If you are not submitting your assignments / projects in time, you are losing marks. All these are calculated, and on these performance bonuses, you may get a job. And once you get a job, if you work well, the employer will be happy to absorb you. This is what I am aware of. But other than that, if you want to know anything which is related to job market, which is the best job, I have no idea about that. I will not be able to comment anything about visa related queries, right? So you can always Google it. You can go through websites, you can check YouTube videos, but I am not the right person for any visa related questions or suggestions. Yeah. Takeaway points. So like I said, I will not bore you. Whatever we have discussed were the important points for you to know and to understand, of course, and to apply. Now, these are few things that you may not have thought of, but I will cover it up. And one point which is not mentioned here is, first, I'm going to tell you, we do not have any such regional restrictions. If you are from Punjab, we can accept you. If you're from Haryana, we can accept you. If you're from Gujarat, we can accept you. Haryana, Hyderabad, whichever part of India you are from, we can happily accept. I mean, there is no challenge here. We can happily accept you for any program. There is no differentiation between any student. It is same for all. Yeah. Takeaway points. Number one, application will be completed by the university, which we have covered in detail. Visa filing will be done by the immigration team at the university. Student will have to appear for the interview. That's all you have to do. Third, if you have backlogs, we can accept no more than 15 backlogs, maximum 15. Fourth, working hours, 16 hours per week, not more than that. As for the turnaround time for the offer letter, it will be released after the student passed the academic review. And this the decision made by Webster, which can take up to 5 weeks after we have sent the student's profile to the university with complete documents. So I will not deny, I will not lie, the complete turnaround time here is lengthy, and I informed you in the beginning. And now that you are aware that the deadlines are here, the turnaround time is lengthy, you can start applying. You have enough time to apply. Gap. If you have a gap, we can accept you as well. The university has no policy for study gap, but a detailed CV, SOP, and LOR is needed if the gap is more than 7 years. If it is lesser than 7 years, just you can put it in the SOP and make sure that the CV is detailed, SOP is on point. The SOP should tell us that why do you have a long gap and what have you been doing. And it is same for both undergrad and postgrad. Gap. It is not for just undergrad or postgrad. It is same for both. Scholarships are automated. IELTS can be waived if you have studied from an IB school. Unfortunately, here there is no such. If you've got 70% or over above in English, you get an IELTS waiver. We do not have this type of criteria here. But yes, if you have studied from an IB school, IELTS waiver is possible. In future, of course, if at all we have this type of arrangement that if you've studied in whatever school with, let's say, 70 or 80% in English, we'll get an IELTS waiver. We'll inform you. But as of now, we do not have any such category for IELTS waiver, only if you have studied from an IB school. Financial requirements by immigration. It will depend on the program the student is applying for. And we have already discussed it. Every program has a different financial requirement. And if you want more and precise information, once the admit letter is issued to you, it will be mentioned on that. So this is pretty much done. We have covered as much as I was aware about the brand, the programs, and usually this whatever questions students ask me, we have covered it up. And if you have any questions further, I'm happy to answer you.
Thank you, Isha.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Isha. Thank you, Alifia. And thank you to the IT team in the background, who, as usual, have done a phenomenal job. We're now going to open up to questions. Is there anybody who has any questions? Please, our chat is now open. Send your questions there. I hope you enjoyed the deep understanding of what Webster universities have got to offer. I'm sure many of you will have questions. Please go ahead and send your chat here now, please. We're open to answer any questions, to support you in any questions you have. Go ahead. Thank you, Alifia, for sharing the details of our counselors. That's the first step in your application or inquiry, is to connect with one of our counselors. Thank you. If you have a phone or a camera, please take a snapshot of this. you can visit our website. You need to fill out the student application form, which gives us a basic profile about yourself. And then we will follow that up with a phone call taking you through the inquiry. Any questions, please? I'm sure you've had an in-depth presentation. I'm sure there will be some questions to ask, perhaps too in-depth. A recording of this presentation will be up on our website tomorrow. So if there is any part of the seminar that you perhaps want to recap on, you can do that tomorrow by going through our website and choosing this webinar. Looks like you've done a sterling job, Isha.
Thank you.
Can I urge anybody, if perhaps you don't want to chat, can I ask our IT team to unmute everyone? And maybe we ask all of you to just ask your questions through your microphone. Maybe that might be easier for any of you. Can we unmute everyone, please? Can we encourage you to please ask your questions whilst both myself, Isha, and Alifia are here?
As of now, no questions, sir. If anything is, definitely we will come to your teams.
Thank you very much, Uday, for being the first.
But thank you for the session. This is a wonderful session. Thanks for the information, sir.
No problem. Happy to be of help. Anybody else has any questions?
Can you share us some success stories of any kind of examples with the candidates and how it has been and how they have moved on in Netherlands, or how it has been? Some success stories have been shared, if at all.
That's a good question. Great question. Do we have any testimonials, Isha, of students perhaps you're aware of that come to mind? Any success stories?
Mana, thank you so much for putting up this in the chat box. And of course, you said it, so that's great. Unfortunately, I do not have the videos or testimonials as of now. But if you want, I can perhaps send it to the EducateMe team and they can send it to you.
Yep.
You can also check on the YouTube channel because I do not have it at the moment, but I'm definitely going to send it to you by tomorrow.
Great. Excellent.
Thank
Good
you.
question. Good question, by the way.
Mana, I have a question for you. What exactly are you looking forward to know? I want to understand.
Yeah.
Is there something in your mind that is perhaps...
Everyone are apprehensive. Everything looks nice. But only people who have achieved there, gone there, they are a better person to give us some, you feel like, oh, wow, they've gone there by themselves and where have they reached and what they have become. Those practical things will matter for someone who's just not sure about how it can be there. So they can always give us some information, how it went to them, how it was, what were the struggles.
Sure.
And how did they financially keep themselves until they could get a good job. So all these things are very important.
I can share an interesting story with you if you want to know.
All right.
When it is not about any success story, but a little experience I had. So when we were trained for Webster, I asked them that Leiden / Netherlands, it's a Dutch community. Any student who is going to study there, how will they understand or how will they function? I mean, understanding a Dutch community or their language is going to be difficult, isn't it? So I asked them, and the person who was giving us the training, he replied, well, ma'am, I am a Dutch and I don't know Dutch. I only speak in English. So the result is that in that area, and that's 98% people speak in English. Nobody speaks in Dutch. So you should not face any problem. And then he also said that finding a job, working, studying, or speaking with anybody, maybe you're just walking in the store and speaking with anybody, language will definitely not be a problem. That's what I was informed and I thought I should tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. Language.
I will get back to you. Give me 1 day's time, but tomorrow, end of the day, you will have the answer to your question. It's a good question. I appreciate.
Thank you.
Anybody else have a question? Please feel free to ask. There's no silly question, wrong question.
I think Mana has already inspired all of us to ask a question. So anybody who can hear me, you can ask me. See, it's a golden opportunity. If you don't meet me anytime, you can always ask me a question right now. We are all learning all together. Okay, I will ask you one question for all of you. What is one thing you did not like about the webinar? Let's take it the other way. What is one thing you would like us to improve in the webinar? Let's take your feedback. If no questions, then we can always take the feedback. It could be a good one or it could be a bad one. How can Indians be so silent? So I think Uday and Mana are two people who are only actively participating. How many people do we have? 13 participants?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we can wait for last 2 minutes and if there is no question, then we can wrap up.
Yep.
Because I can see people are leaving.
Sure.
But I would like to thank you all for arranging this, for the ones who have attended and who have heard me, and the ones who have asked me questions, thank you so much for being active and for the questions you've asked me, and for, of course, for listening to me. And I hope I was able to give you the right information, and I was able to keep you glued on your chair or sofa, wherever you are. And special thanks to Vinod sir for taking out time from the UK and meeting us all virtually. And Alifia, for you to arranging everything and being very, very proactive. You have to be there 5 minutes before time. So yes, I was there. I hope I did not disappoint you.
Thanks a lot for being here, Isha.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Anyway, thank you so much once again. And I hope to see you in person very soon. Thank you so much, Vinod sir. And have a great day ahead.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we'll now put a close to this meeting now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Goodbye. Goodbye.